Okay, I'm going to show you how to take a vector image that you found on the internet and how to get it so that the big printer will cut the image outline. This is probably a little bit more difficult than some of like the easier things to do, but it's something that you're going to want to know how to do. So I've got this image here that I've started with, it's a vector image already that I got from the internet. But what I want to do is I want to create an outline of this image that I can then put the Roland Versaworks cut contour stroke on, so I can tell it that I want it to do that. So in order to do that, what I need to do is I've got to create that outline. So first I'm just going to make sure this always loses my layers panel. So I'm going to make sure that this is here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this layer and I'm going to copy it over here like this. So I've copied that layer. Now I've got two, and I'm just going to hide one of them that I don't. So this layer I'm not going to mess with, and it'll remain the same. So I can go back to it if I want to. Now what I need to do is I don't want all this stuff in the inside. I just want this layer on its own. So I'm going to go up here to Window, and I want to choose Pathfinder. So I choose Pathfinder, and I need to actually merge everything that's in here, so it's just one shape. So I should merge, I didn't really do it there, and I think I should be able to do this unite actually. Okay, there we go. So I've done unite, so I've united everything in the image, so all that stuff in the inside is gone. Now I can work with this image to all I want from this is just the outline. Okay, so I used unite there. So now I can get rid of this guy, and I can select this image. It is selected. I'm gonna go over to Window and then Properties. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the fill. Don't need any fill in it at all. And what I want is I need to create the stroke to be the cut contour. So I'm going to select here. Stroke doesn't automatically come up, the Roland Versaworks cut contour pink. So I select right here. I'm going to go over to Open Swatch Library, and I'm going to go to Other Library. Versaworks is set up here just because I haven't restarted my computer since the last time, but you won't see it. So you want to see Other Library, and then you're going to go into Presets up here at the top, and then you should see it here. Now I cover this in another video, but I'm going to say it again. To get this Illustrator folder, you have to go into the Versaworks install files, take that folder, copy it from the Versaworks install files, and you're going to paste it into the Illustrator install files. Okay? Then I click on this, and I've got all these different things, and I'm going to choose Roland Versaworks, and I hit open. And then I've got all my different colors, and here's this pink is the cut contour. So I just have to select it. Make sure it's selected. Now it always goes to the fill, which is not really what I want. So I'm just going to take the fill and make that empty again. And I'm going to go to stroke, and I'm going to choose, there it is right there. There's my cut contour. I don't know how well you can really see it here. I might have to just kind of select off of it. There's that pink on the outline. Now all I got to do is just take my original layer and bring it back. And now I've got the cut contour for this snake. So now I can put the snake through, and it will print and it will cut. Okay, so I've taken the snake and I've added it into Versaworks here. So I'm just going to double click on it. It says floor snake. Actually, no, I didn't add it in. I think it's called, what did I call it? Let's save it and make sure that's there. So I just hit save as, and it is on snake better. I'm going to put 2 just to make sure I don't confuse it with something. And I'm going to save it as a PDF. And save PDF will retain all of the vector data from Illustrator. And that's saved now, or it should be. It's going to do a thing here. Yeah, I always forget that. Save PDF. And now I'll go back to Versaworks, and it's connected here. It says ready to print. And I'm going to go File, Add Job to Queue, and if I can get this correctly, QA, and let's find it. And it was called Snake Better 2 PDF. There we go. Click it, hit open, and it will show up at the bottom of my QA. There it is. So it's just kind of loading here. And I'm going to double click and go in here. And make sure that I've got the right media width. So there we go. So now I've got the correct media width. Now I want the snake to actually be quite large. So this is not big enough. Now you can see the marching ants, which means that I did my cut contour correctly. I'm going to change the orientation so it's like this, and it's got to be pretty big. The snake is supposed to be like really, really, really big. So the last time I did this, I think I might have done it too big. So we'll see if I can, I'm going to try and make it maybe a little bit smaller. and see if that works. Instead of 8 feet long, I'm just going to make it 4 feet long. And I'm going to try and do 2 of them. And I'm going to center them on the media, so they're right in the center here. And the last thing I'm going to do is hit this little scissors and hit cut image boundary. So now it's going to cut the outside. It should make it a little bit easier for weeding it out. I'm going to go back into layout. Media width is good. I'm using generic vinyl, yes, and I'm on standard. I'm actually going to change it to high speed because it doesn't need to be high quality because someone will be walking on this one day. And I'm going to hit OK. And now if I did everything right, I should just be able to hit print and it's going to cut. It's going to first print it and then it's going to go back and cut it out. And let's see.